Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we've got in a Samsung X130 Tab A11. This has got a problem with the charging port. So I have plugged in my meter. I'm getting nothing, obviously. I mean, look what's happening here. That looks like as a butcher had a go at that. Probably looks like it, doesn't it? Yeah, it's battered. Right, so what we're going to do now, how are we going to remove this screen? The screen, I assume, is okay. I've been told the screen's fine. Has it got any power? I'm not sure. I don't think so. So we don't know. But we have to be careful. Oh, yeah, the screen's fine. So I've got a heat mat here, which I'm going to use to warm up the glass, the screen, sorry. And if you haven't got one of these, which I assume most people don't have one of these unless you're repairing things on a regular basis, you can use a hairdryer to heat up, you know, a few inches at a time, and getting a pry tool, a little tool, something like this, a bit of card. This is a plastic card, and also I'm using one of these things to lift the screen up. That's what I'm going to use. And IPA is a must, I think, for these kind of repairs. Isopropyl alcohol. Links are below for all these products that I use. Apart from these are basically from, you know, you get these camera protectors. We'll come back in a few minutes and we'll see what's going on. Right, so that's warmed up enough now. I'm going to move my mat out of the way. It is seriously cooking. Also, I'm going to start off by taking the glass off with a thin bit of metal. A metal tool like this, an opening tool. I've been using this for years. There are ones available, different ones available via the links below, which I think are pretty good as well. So let's just get into the glass. Let's just lift this glass. Just get in there a little bit. Don't want to get in there too much. Put a bit of alcohol, just a touch, and that kind of will help break down the tape or the bonding that Samsung have used. Okay, so that's just to start off with, and okay, we don't need to go in too deep. That's enough. That is enough. A couple of mil, just to, and you can push the glass up a little bit as well, so you can feel that. We don't want to go in too deep. Okay, so let's see if we can lift the glass out slowly. I'm lifting it up slowly, so now this side has got, literally, there's not much room at all, so a little bit of IPA, and I'm going to tilt it downwards so the IPA runs down as well. Okay, and you'll feel it, it breaks down so easily. Okay, you'll see the stress or the tension that you have when you have no IPA. The minute you put your IPA, let it go down so it runs down the bottom, and as you're using your plastic tool to separate the glass from the frame, you'll see how easy it is. Oh my god, that's just coming off like cheese. It really is. I'm hardly putting any pressure on. Okay, so now that should actually just come out. Okay, we've separated the screen now. Now, if you noticed, I opened it from this side. The reason being is because the flex cable is just there. Okay, I didn't want to open it from this side, could damage something. Right, now this side, again, we've got to open this side up as well. Use the same method. Bit of IPA. Let it run down, and as you're opening the device or sliding the plastic tool, it will come off. There you go. Right, how easy was that? Pretty straightforward, huh? Right, now the next thing we're going to do is to disconnect the battery. There's a shield here which you need to remove. 2 screws. And it sits in a groove. There's a little groove here. There's a groove in the frame itself, or the shield, and it sits into like a clip that's hanging up just there. Okay. Okay, first thing to do is disconnect the battery. Pop that off. I would recommend pressing the power button to drain any power that you may have in the board, so we don't have any short circuits or prevent any short circuits. Once that's done, disconnect the LCD connector and the main board connector also. Put that to one side. Pretty clean removal. Yeah, that's great. Now, so this is the area here where the socket is accessible from. We've got a few screws to remove. And this should just pop off, and now we've got the smaller black screws to remove as well. That's that. The actual charging board is just here. Now with that board, we can either replace the port itself or we can replace the whole board. So let's just see. I'm going inside the port just to lift it out. There will be some double-sided tape behind here, I assume. So let's just put some IPA in. I'll just break it up. Right, now double-sided tape. Let's see if we've got a port that's exactly like this one. Okay, yeah, it has some glue as well there, which we'll need to remove. Okay, let me get a port first of all. Right, so I've got a port which is exactly the same. It's from a Samsung phone actually, and it's exactly the same port, so we just use that. So I put it into my jig. But first, before I do that, I'm just going to cover up all the other components, because when you're heating these things up, they can fly off, and this makes the job a lot longer, and I just really can't bother to do a long job. Just get them out of the way quickly, in and out, saves time, because then you're looking for components that flew off and all sorts. So let's just put this aluminium. I like this aluminium tape better than the Captain tape, because the Captain tape kind of, I just think it flies off, and yeah, this stuff is pretty decent. Right, let's go over to our microscope, and as you can see, there's some bonding there, just over here, and we need to kind of break that up. Okay, now we're going to hot air that off. You could even desolder it, but it will take you a lot longer. But the first thing I'm going to do is put some low melt solder on. You'll need some flux. And let's come with some hot air now. You'll see how easy this port comes off. Like so. I'm going to come with my solder pump. I like using my pump because it just takes everything out of the hole. You could just put a new port back on as it is, but I just want to put fresh solder, like so. See that? Lovely. Right, now let's clean it up. Fresh solder now. Quick clean with some PCB cleaner and some IPA. Lovely. Now, does the other port fit inside the hole? So I need to make this one's still got a bit of solder. I'm not sure if the port's going to fit in that, but we'll give it a go. I want to remove that solder that's there. Let's see if the wick will take it out. I'm not sure if it will. We'll give it a go. So with the wick you can put some flux on top as well. Yep, perfect. Lovely. That should be spot on now. See if it fits first of all. Make sure it's a perfect fit. Now I'm going to tin the port legs, so we've got a really nice snug fit. Right, so that's now all done and soldered. Get a bit of this solder mask. I'm just going to plug in the battery and also going to get my meter now. So what I don't want to do is just put everything back together and hope it charges. No, you've got to make sure it does charge before putting everything back together. So here's my meter. As you can see, it's pulling 1.5 amps, which I think is absolutely fine. What I'm going to do now, just to make doubly sure that we do get a display signal on the screen as well, is disconnect the battery, unplug my USB tester, USB-C tester, plug in the screen, plug in the battery, plug the charger in. And we should get a signal, a sign on the screen that it's charging. As you can see, we've got the signal that it's charging, so we're all good. And that's how you repair a Samsung tablet that's not charging with a Type-C connector. No, they're not all the same. But the next step of the job is how are we going to put it all back together? How are we going to bond this screen down? And I'll show you. Right, let's just disconnect the charging port, disconnect the battery. Again, first of all, press power button, drain any power, okay. Disconnect the LCD. And now all I'm going to use, because there's plenty of the actual bonding that we disturbed earlier by taking the screen off isn't actually that bad. There's a few places that it's kind of a bit lumpy, but we can flatten that out. We don't need to retape the device actually. I mean, there's a few places that the tape is still there, so all we're going to do is I'm going to put some black bonding around the edges and then seal it up. So this is the bonding that I use, T900S. It's pretty good. It takes a while to get a little bit tacky, so which is what we want. We can let it sit for a few minutes before we put the screen down. Okay, and I'm going all the way around the edges of the frame. Note that I haven't put the frame on yet, but we need to screw in, purely because by the time we put all these screws back in, the bonding would have kind of cured by then and everything would have been good. So let's just take this board out again, sorry. This is the bit I find a bit tricky. I think this goes like so. Was it this way? I can never get these in properly. Right, now that we've put all those screws back in, we can plug in the screen and then we can put on the shield back in as well, like so. Make sure the charger goes in properly. Yes, it does. Okay, and then put in the screen in its correct position. Okay, and should just go in nice and easy. And just push it down all around the edges. That is absolutely perfect. Now what do we need to do? We need to just clean up the edges where the actual bonding has seeped out from. So you can see at the sides, when you do push the screen down, the bonding will seep out, although not a lot on this one. Give the screen a quick clean. Okay, let's just do a final test. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Try both sides. Yep, that's great. And the other side. Yep, that's great. Because sometimes what happens is if you've not soldered it correctly, it will only charge on one side, and that's one thing you do not want. Well, anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope the video helped you. I know it was kind of like we could have done it in a different way. We could have hot aired the port on. I know that, but there is techniques. You may not have a hot air station, you may have a soldering iron, which is all that you need for this repair. But if you haven't got a hot air station, you're going to, then what you're going to do, you can even desolder the port very slowly with a soldering iron. You don't need a hot air station. So just bear that in mind. Okay, well, have a great day.